Thank you. Medicine is a holy profession defined by deep care and trust in the doctor-patient relationship. However, I'm sure at times many of you feel stressed and vulnerable when you show up into the doctor's office and you find your doctor spending more time looking at their computer than looking at you. One of the ways that we can do this is a little magic I want to share with you tonight. A little trick that you can use to help ensure that whenever you come to the doctor, they will always see you as a remarkable, unique human being. One of the ways to understand that is to understand what is the quintessential aspect of being human, and that is we have emotions. We have unique experiences, so much so that even though 6 billion of us on the planet, no one of us are alike, even genetic twins. We have to understand that one of the reasons for this is that we have experiences with life and death. And for myself, I've had the unfortunate experience of experiencing death. As a family physician, one has to learn to say goodbye to patients. A busy practitioner may have 2,000 patients, and in any given year, 10 or 15 may die. Over 400 in a career. One of the ways I started dealing with death and to help understand it, because death is not easy for anyone, physicians included, was to start writing some reflective essays and sharing them with colleagues. I even started writing some prose on the back of airbags while flying. One of the things about reflection is it's an ancient tradition. And 2,000 years ago, great sages started thinking about how they could use reflection to transmit from one generation things that were important that they wanted the next generation and subsequent ones to take forward. One such ancient tradition is called Hu Hayat Omer, or they used to say. For example, Rabbi Simeon the Just said 2,000 years ago, the world depends on 3 things. It depends on Al HaTorah, or Torah, or teaching. It depends on Al HaAvodah, or prayer, or faith. And it depends on Gemilut Hasadim, acts of loving kindness and good deeds. Let me share with you some Hu Hayat Omer, so some remarkable patients and people that I've had the privilege of caring for, who shared some of their narratives, and some of whom have died. Jeremy was a remarkable man who had great aspirations to be a math professor, was a straight-A student, always came to clinic with his mother and sister as a triad. Unfortunately, his first year in college, he had a catatonic breakdown despite multiple psychiatric hospitalizations. He was sent home, where he lived the next 30 years, whispering to himself and reading the Bible. 30 years later, we did diagnose him with untreated schizophrenia. And with medication, he was able to share his career aspirations. He thought he never became a great teacher. However, he did teach dozens and dozens of residents and doctors over many years what it means to live with a disease with humility. Lisa was a remarkable woman who was not defined by chronic renal failure, chronic diabetes, heart failure, strokes, heart attacks. Rather, she was defined by her laughter at all times and the fact she was always dressed in white in the clinic. At her funeral, we discovered she was really evangelist Lisa Parker Brown, who had saved hundreds of people across North Carolina when she herself was saved. She simply said she always had faith in her doctors that they would give good care. A poem for Emily. Struggling to breathe, your chest sucks backward and heaves forward in spasms that seem chaotic. How do you feel? I feel okay. No, you're not. Yes, you're correct. Then why did you say so? At this particular moment, with you knocking at the door between life and death, and me desperately yelling, "Don't answer, don't answer." As your breathing slows and tension fades, You thank me for care, and I thank you for trust, and we both thank God for the grace of healing. My last story is about my father, of blessed memory, who dedicated his life to service of others. Dad never stopped moving and doing, not born in wealth, but escaping Polish pogroms, everlasting doing good deeds, even to perfect strangers. He smiled from two-handed underhand foul shots. He defied pickets and protesters of the Klan, Coretta Scott King speaking at his funeral, showing how even a simple, skinny man can achieve greatness by acts of good deeds. Uhaya Omer. Let me suggest that the way that you can use this in your life is to share what it is you're passionate about with your doctor. Ask yourself and your people sitting next to you what brings you great joy in life. In so doing, you will find that you can help restore trust and compassion and healing in the doctor-patient relationship. Thank you.